I want to cover insecurity and got some notes here on my other phone. So, the definition of insecurity is uncertainty or anxiety about oneself and lack of confidence. My personal little definition is insecurity is a self defeating perception of oneself that has been reinforced over time. That's how I would describe it. So, in this episode, I don't know, we'll try to break it down then. So, if the main definition involves uncertainty, anxiety, and a lack of confidence, what I want to try to do this time is relate those three attributes to the model of past, present, and future. So, we'll see how that goes. But I guess the framework would be, in this instance, like bad life experiences and how I use that to define me, or sorry, I should say, as the root of my insecurities. So, as far as a lack of confidence is concerned, it's attached to getting rejected by women in the past whom I've tried to date. It goes back to having lost two spelling bees, like in third and fifth grade. Real quick about that, it just those two sucked because I guess when you get eliminated, you're still on stage, and in both instances of third and fifth grade, I was able to spell every single word. After all, you know, I would have to say that what fucked me up more than anything was just being in public. It was more about being shy, but anyway, we're talking about failure here, right? So, defining myself by bad life experiences. Well, I used to say to myself things like, I deserved it. I'm a fucking loser. And, going back to grade school, just getting made fun of, stuff like that. I chose to believe the ridicule that people were throwing at me. You put those things together, and concerning the ones that happened to me during a young age, I had used those examples to basically create an identity for myself. Like, this is what I am. I believe it. It's all bad news, right? So, part of this identity involved having a lack of confidence. It's like I said, from an early age, it's become a part of me by now. And how I define myself were using words like loser, failure, and idiot. So now I want to move on to anxiety, and I want to, I guess, try to tie it to the present moment, because as far as I can tell, anxiety has to do with how you feel in the present moment, but concerning the future. So, the person that I was during the hardships, in this present moment, I've already called myself a loser and all these bad things, so basically had low self-esteem. I had carried it with me up until this moment, and honestly, as time was going by and all these minor failures here and there, stuff like that, I was filling my head with more negative reinforcements as opposed to positive affirmations. I mean, honestly, there became a point in my life where positivity looked like a fucking joke anyways to me. I thought that I had believed that, life is cruel and all that. How come no one talks about that? How come no one covers pain and things like this? Why is everybody so happy all the time when I know they're not? So, in addition to having some sort of negative identity, I had just shunned out positivity altogether. Wasn't even open to it. So, part of the reason why I believe this stuff is because they were real life events. Like, that ridicule was by real people. Losing the spelling bee was a real thing. So my argument at this point, for the sake of, by the way, is you can't convince me otherwise. It's fucking real to me. So, yeah, from the past, lack of confidence, to the present moment, anxiety. So I'm just knee deep in the shits by this point. So now we cover the aspect of uncertainty. So as I'm moving towards the future, I'm basically at this point, I have low confidence, have self-defeating ideas, and just stuff like that. It's all built up, right? So uncertainty. I mean, just imagine, like, how can you be confident, successful when you're over here saying that you're a piece of shit, that you're not worthy of whatever your goal is, or that you won't succeed at whatever your goal is because you're a loser, failure, so on and so forth. You're telling yourself you deserve all of this. So anytime I had a goal or a vision set out for my future, all that negative stuff, basically insecurity, would get in the way. So now I want to move to the part where we're kind of asking ourselves, like, how can we get past it? So I started breaking down insecurity by fucking confronting each event that brought me to this point of low self-esteem. I had to face my demons and come to peace with them, so that, because I mean, what you have here at this point is some sort of anchor, some sort of clusterfuck, and a snowball effect, if you will. I had to deconstruct that and break it down. So that was one start to getting rid of insecurity. It's just breaking down this low self-esteem, these heavy bouts of either depression or, I guess, insecurity is the topic, huh? I don't want to lose sight of that, but I had to break it down into manageable parts where I could start squeezing in moments of positivity and self-empowerment, stuff like that. So as far as things that other people were involved in, I had learned to forgive them, not in person, but in my heart, or in person if that was possible. That helped me undo the damage that led me to be so insecure. And this is the most important part, actually. So as I'm creating my own self-identity, my own reality, my perception of how things are going, one of the most important factors to combat it was to basically take responsibility and place the blame on myself for things that turned out wrong here and there, because it's very easy to place the blame on others and just say, like, oh, you know what, they're wrong, I'm the victim here, and stuff like that. So it was a trap. It's hard to get past insecurity if you're in this, like, victim mindset. I mean, you feel like you're in this troubled area and you have no reason to get out. Why? Because you're not wrong. So yeah, that's how I cleared the baggage to pave the way to start overcoming insecurity. So I feel that insecurity is it's somewhat of an illusion. I want to go on to tell you all that as of today, insecurity is nothing more than, like I said, it's an illusion. It's just some sort of, like, phantom mindset. It's not real. And I get it. It's connected. It's traced to past life experiences and some even more illusions of stuff that you've said to put yourself down. So insecurity is, it was just, how do you say? It was a self-made reality, a bad one, mind you, that was reinforced by real life events and things I've told myself, and the way that I've perceived certain things. Once I realized that getting past it was totally in my power, and once I was lucky enough to get these tools to overcome it, I guess that's how I got rid of it. Again, I probably leave so much stuff out in these episodes, and I try not to, but feel free to message me or comment me, and I'll be glad to discuss this further. Thanks.